stepmother gave each of her children a piece of bread.
Very much against her better judgment.
And the plumber, with heavy heart, led his 2 children deeper still into the forest. And this time Gretel, having no saucepan lids, crumpled up his piece of bread and left a trail of breadcrumbs, so that the 2 may never find their way back home. When they reached the very thickest part of the wood, Gretel and Hansel again gathered sticks, and their father lit them a fire. And again he made them sit there, whilst he went further into the wood to search for plum trees. And soon it got dark, and the fire died down, and the children huddled together and waited for the moon to rise, so they could see the trail of breadcrumbs and find their way home. And the moon soon rose. But when they went to search for the breadcrumbs, they found that the birds had eaten them all. They were well and truly lost. Hansel wept bitterly.
Hello, she's off again.
And Gretel, despite the fact that his poor little legs are hurt like mad,
Sorry.
comforted her.
There, Hansel, old thing.
And they curled up under a pile of leaves and waited for the morning. When they awoke, they started to walk, but they soon realized they were hopelessly lost. That is, until they came to a clearing where there stood a little cottage all by itself, looking all cozy and inviting. And as the children drew closer, they saw it was made not from stones or bricks, but from delicious things to eat. And the hungry children rushed forward.
Come on, little sister.
Cried Gretel.
You tuck into the roof. I'll dig into the walls.
Yum, yum!
And indeed the house was delicious. The roof was made of snakes, the walls were made of What are you doing now?
Excuse me.
What?
The walls were made of cakes, not snakes, and the roof was made of ginger, not fingers.
You again, is it? I will tell you again.
Who is he? I have no idea at all.
And as they were both nibbling, they heard a gentle voice from within, calling,
Nibbling, nibbling like a mouse. Who is nibbling at my little house?
and the kindly old woman appeared with eyes, frightening them.
Don't be frightened, children. I mean you no harm. Come inside.
And indeed, she took them inside and gave them a huge meal. And later on, when it was dark, she led them upstairs to 2 soft beds, and they slept and slept. And as they slept, the kind old woman crept upstairs to watch them sleep and laugh to herself. For she was really not a kind old woman at all, but a wicked witch. And when children were part of the forest, she lured them into her cottage and fattened them up to eat. For she liked eating children best of all. and she seized Gretel and dragged him down the stairs and flung him into a cupboard with bars on the door. And then she awoke Hansel.
Come on, you lazy girl. Get up and fetch some water. I'm cooking your brother. I'm fastening him up to it.
Hansel wept bitterly.
And you can find that out for starters.
So every day, whilst Hansel was fed on bones and leftovers, Gretel was fed all the best food in the house. And every day, whilst little Hansel scurried about, the witch would say to Gretel,
Gretel, put your finger out for me so I can feel how fat you are.
and Gretel, instead of sticking out his finger, would stick out a phone instead.
A what?
A phone instead.
A phone. That's what I thought you said. Just a second.
Excuse me.
What? Stop! And Gretel, instead of sticking out his finger, would stick out a telephone instead.
I believe this is for you.
But even as he was doing this, he banged his head on the bars. And the witch, whose eyes were dim, could not see that it wasn't Gretel's finger, and was amazed that he wouldn't get fat.
Not surprising since she's feeding him telephones.
And how little Hansel wept. Day and night. Night and day. Until one day, the witch said to Hansel,
All right, child. Today is baking day. I can't put up with that tin a moment longer. I've already heated the oven. Climb inside and tell me if it's warm enough.
she intended, of course, to trap her in the oven and roast her. But Hansel pretended not to understand what the witch had meant and said,
I don't know how to get in. How do I get in? You stupid goose!
said the witch.
You get in like this. See?
And as soon as she was halfway into the oven, Hansel gave her a shove, slammed the oven door, and switched it up to gas mark 7. And she ran to release her brother, crying,
Gretel, we're safe. Gilbert is dead.
and Gretel said,
Good.
they found that the witch's house was filled with jewels and precious stones that she had stored during her wicked life. And they gathered up these. And Gretel saw that was time to go home. And he said,
It's time to go home.
and they picked their way back through the enchanted wood. And because it was no longer enchanted, it was much easier to find the path. That is, until they came to a stream which looked too deep to cross.
Oh no, it looks too deep to cross.
But fortunately, there was a chicken swimming past.
It was a duck.
What?
Stop!
It was a duck, not a chicken.
Listen, I don't know who you are, but I had enough of you.
Who is he? I told you I have no idea at all. Any more arguments?
No. Looks exactly like a chicken to me.
Oh, look.
Cried Hansel,
Maybe the chicken will give us run its back.
and the chicken said,